Welcome back. Welcome back. This is Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. It's good to have you back in the studio. Today we're talking about cheating wives. Why are women having more affairs more than ever before? In this time and age. What is so different? We know cheating has been there since the evolution of man, but wow, more women confidently stepping out of their marriages today. I was doing some research and they say, there's so many reasons why women can step out of their marriages. They say if they're attracted to someone, if they are bored, if they're not getting attention, like a caller called in to say if they're not getting enough attention, they want to enjoy, they want to feel that adrenaline rush, especially when those butterflies, when you just meet somebody new, or they have a sexual desire to, explore the people. What could be the reason why, more women are actually stepping out of their marriages these days? I was saying earlier that I heard a story where women will actually dress, like they're going to work and then go to an Airbnb to go and do some other things, and once it's 5 p.m. they dress back in their corporate and go home like as if nothing happened. And we know we've been talking about cheating husbands. I mean, that one is we cannot even drag cheating husbands. We know that you people cheat, but cheating wives, I don't know when we became like this gender. Literally, permit me to judge you. Yes, I'm judging you today. But yeah, feel free to join the conversation if you have thoughts and comments and opinions. If you are a cheating wife or a cheating husband, you can call in anonymously. Tell me why. Let's actually hear from you and understand your world or your worldview, and let's know what's on your mind. And if you've had a wife who has cheated on you, or you cheated on your wife, you can feel free to share with us. Or you had a story of a family that got into one mess or another, feel free to join this conversation. Let's talk about this together on Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. Calling on 0705-993-6937 or 0705-993-7937. As always, I have a special guest with me in the studio, in the house, on standby, a certified web designer, a digital marketing marketer, and wait, I'm not getting expert. Okay, it's my communication expert. My bad. In the last 8 years, he has worked across several industries, Nigeria and abroad, and like IC, advertising, managing brands and digital resource. Like, I won't tell you the brands, we don't advertise brands, except it gives me money to advertise them right here. He's a trained travel consultant, and most importantly, you're thinking, Deborah, why is a web designer? Why is a communication expert on your show today? Guys, this guys, when he starts to drop some things regarding relationships and marriages, I do this thing where every time before my show I post on my status what the show we're having for today. This man is always leaving one genuine comment, and once I post his comment like this, everybody's always commenting and saying, who is this person that said this? Who is this person that said this? He has a passion to help people appreciate marriage and relationships, and one of his goals is to enlighten as many people as possible and to enjoy the true values of monogamous relationships. Ladies and gentlemen, I have with me in the studio Ortega Emmanuel. Hello.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So you believe in monogamous relationships, eh?
Absolutely.
So cheating is not even a conversation you even want to be having.
No, it's a conversation I want to have.
Okay.
But, at the same time, it's not something I encourage.
Okay.
I have had opportunities, right?
To what? Cheat?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, really? As a married man or as a single man? I like this. So
married and single. I'm just 3 years into marriage, but in those 3 years, I've had opportunities.
What do you mean opportunities? Like, do they?
Okay, so it's not like I went there looking for opportunity to cheat. Yes, in my line of work, you meet a lot of people.
Okay.
You get to communicate with a lot of people, travel sometimes, and the opportunities are there. So
how do they present themselves to you?
In so many manners. You could just be sitting and having a good time with yourself, and then somebody sits by your side, can I buy you a drink and stuff, and those kinds of, you start those social conversations, and then one thing leads to another, and yes.
So like the women actually come for you, like literally?
Men, they come for women they come for men. So it's all it's normal. It's whatever happens, but at the end of the day, it's, for me, I think the conversation is, you always have a choice. it's not whether this person is so hot and then you couldn't take your eyes off her, or he had so much, going on for him, his vibe, like we say these days. I'm just enjoying his vibe, and then you couldn't get your eyes off him. It's not really about that. It's the fact that if you're in a relationship, you're in a marriage, you made a commitment. If you're married, there's on the altar you made a vow. You said that you're going to be faithful with your body, right, in all seasons. I think sometimes people don't really realize how important those vows are. They don't listen to it. They just hear, the euphoria, the excitement of marriage, and you start hearing those things. Oh, I just want to get married and put the ring in the finger. And what whoever is officiating the marriage is saying, they don't listen to it. And so when seasons come, when trials come and all of that, they just give in to themselves and then forget that they actually said something. Okay. And I think that's where it really hurts.
I hear you loud and clear. The vow. Yeah. Made a vow, put the ring on it.
That's where the conversation starts.
I hear you, but look at it. Let's look at it critically and realistically. I know there's the vow. I know there's the commitment. I know there's the discipline part of it. Yeah. But you're asking a whole human being. Yeah. With all its faculties.
True.
With everything that it can become, with the so many billions of people in the world, and fine faces, and people that even look exactly like your wife, that you wish that this person can easily replace. I mean, not replace your wife, but you could easily be married to this person.
Yeah.
And with all that going on, and then you're asking somebody to stick to one person or for the rest of their lives. Is it even like realistic? Away from religious and moral perspective.
Yeah.
Does it even make like critical sense?
Okay, I'm going to give you an example, right? I'm just going to ask you a few questions. If you there's a reason why there are laws, right? There is a reason why laws are made, right? And in school we're taught that the absence of law is absolute chaos, right? If everybody does what they feel like doing every day, the world would have turned upside down. I know the world it's in a rubble right now, but it would have been worse. So the reason why there's a traffic light that says red, you to stop, is so that a moving vehicle from another direction, you would not collide with that vehicle. So laws are put in place so that we can have order. And this has nothing to do with religion or anything. It's just the avoidance of chaos. At the end of the day, every cheating partner or anybody who goes outside of his marriage or relationship to do anything, it all ends up in chaos. It's all, somebody is heartbroken, somebody is hurt, and the other person, and sometimes it even leads to crimes of passion, right? So there's a reason why those commitments, why those rules are there, to avoid all of these things.
Well, without the rules, the things are still happening. For example, like drugs and the ones that are legal and not legal.
Yeah.
With or without those laws, people still smoke. With or without those marriage and laws, people still have sex.
But the absence of it is... try to imagine the state of total chaos. Try to imagine that you come out from your house one day, and then somebody just feels like killing you, and then the person points a gun. There's no deterrent. Nobody thinks that, I shouldn't hurt this person, right? So I think the point is that for humanity's sake, right? For humanity to thrive, we need these laws, we need these principles, we need these disciplines to be in place, and we need people to commit to them so that we don't hurt each other. Hurt people always end up hurting other people, and we keep going on circles.
I hear you. So from your experience, what would you say, what would make a woman, step out of her marriage? Women are usually the last to do that, right? Do you agree?
I don't. Historically, that's really not the case.
Really? How?
Women cheating is as old as the history of humanity.
We're talking about the frequency.
Yeah, and so the difference between now and then is that we have information, we have opportunity for this information to be disseminated very fast, right? But back then, and then there's also the fact that back then, a lot of men just looked at their wives as these beautiful angels who cannot hurt a fly. Right?
Which we are.
Yes, but the human nature tends to do the very opposite of what you're imagining, right? So it's just there. It's just human nature, right? And then it now takes somebody who understands discipline and nurture to put those feelings in check. So there are a lot of reasons why women cheat, right? I'm a guy. I may not be able to articulate it very well, but I can tell you.
Sorry,
wives.
Let's
Yes,
be particular.
yes. There are a lot of reasons. From emotional starvation. The man is not available. She feels abandoned. She doesn't feel like he's. He treats her like an angel and stuff like that. There are a lot of those reasons, right? There's abuse, emotional abuse. There's physical abuse, of course. And then there's one that is very, very, very key to everything that we talk about is desire. You mentioned it when you were giving your introduction. It's desire. Sometimes people just want to experience something other than what they have, right? You hear, so am I going to be eating jollof rice all the time? So there's that possibility. It is there, right? It now takes somebody who understands that I made a commitment to my husband. I said I was going to be faithful. Now, this commitment, I'm telling you, it's in spite of whether the man is behaving well or not, right? Someone who understands this, right? To stay in the marriage.
So in other words, if my husband is cheating on me, I should look at it and say, I should go on my knees and pray for him.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, it's not that you a person wants to cheat. It's not that the person doesn't have an opportunity to cheat or a reason to cheat. It's that in spite of, you chose not to. Like I said, there are lots of reasons, and they are legitimate reasons. I mean, in a relationship, if you don't treat me well, if you don't give me what I really deserve, right? If I don't feel like you are, I'm connecting to you, of course, there's a vacuum. It has to be filled. That's completely normal, right? But what I'm trying to drive home is that in spite of that, someone who understands that, look, this is me making this choice not to do this. That's something that we're lacking today, right? It's not it's not this.
So what? They cheat on you and then you just look at them and say, I forgive you.
No, it's not.
Should cheating be
Yeah,
some people cheat because the other partner cheated.
Yeah.
My husband cheated on me,
So
and he has been doing it for
cheating.
so many times, and I say, okay, it's time for me to actually have my own fun.
Yeah.
And I'm paying in my own coin.
How does it? So this is how I see it. How does it make you look? I'm not giving excuses for men. I'm a guy, and I every day I remind myself of what the commitment I made. This is not me being a Christian or anything.
Okay.
It's just me reminding myself, because I know that when you lose a canon, while I go day, everywhere go just bust 2 seconds. Do you understand? So I don't
What do you
want
mean
to
lose a canon? Like cheat?
Yeah. When you go outside, because
Okay, when you do it once, then you just keep going back.
You just keep going. So
Is that
it's better
true?
not to indulge. Ask people who have done it before. It's hard. It's hard to stay committed again, because I mean, if you did it the first, especially if you are not caught, it just becomes a normal thing to you. It's a habit, and it's easier to break a habit. It's harder to break a habit than to stay off it. It's really hard.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join the conversation. As I have Otega Emmanuel with me in the studio. Please join the conversation. If you have thoughts and comments and opinions, you agree with him, you do not agree with him, please do also calling and join the conversation on 0705 993 6937 or 0705 993 7937. They say if you bust the canon, how did you say it?
If you let the canon loose.
If you let the canon loose once, that if you do it, there's no turning back for you. Is it true for you cheaters? I'm not judging you. You're serial cheaters.
That's judging.
I have a call. Let's take a call. Hello. Oops. Hello, please do well to stay away from your radio. Turn off your radio, please. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but please turn off your radio. Please turn off your radio.
Yes, it's off now. Sorry.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
So it's an interesting perspective the gentleman has presented.
Okay.
But you see, when you say, when you bust the canon, I just feel like it's representative of the fact that what's good for the good is good for the gander, right? So in a case when you are saying when a canon is loose, why aren't guys thinking that way? Perhaps their own cheating, because one of the, and I like the emphasis you made that this show is about the reason why wives cheat and not just women generally, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when a man says, women should be careful when the canon is loose, it's funny because if the men were thinking that way, because one of the strongest reasons why women cheat or at least wives cheat
Mm-hmm.
is typically payback, right?
Yes,
So
payback.
if that's the case, and all of a sudden someone is thinking, oh, you don't want to go there because it's hard to break a habit. Why don't we get that kind of perspective from the guys who, trigger this kind of reaction from women? Thank you.
Very well said. Thank you so much for sharing.
Let me react to that. So I told you, I said I'm going to get a lot of backlash because of my people would see that I'm speaking like this because I'm a guy, but the truth is, if you want to drag me into your mud, I can choose to go with you or not. This is just my conviction, right? You don't necessarily have to revenge. Right?
You can choose to if you do not care
can
about
choose
the
to walk-
person.
you can
If,
choose
if
to
you
walk away.
care about, I know, but if you care about, see, I'm speaking from my perspective. I don't know
Yeah.
about any other person.
Yeah.
Somebody that hurts me, if
Mhm.
I don't care about the person, I can choose to walk away. I can overlook. But if I care about you,
Yeah.
and you did that to me, and you will do that to me again, and you're asking me to, I can choose to just hold. Now that whole body, overlook, they cause me person go commit suicide.
So you
they
have
enter
an
depression.
option. So you have an option.
So what is the option?
Leave. See, as difficult as that may sound, it is the honorable thing to do.
But some people say cheating, you hear it around. Even women will come online and say these days, cheating is not a deal breaker.
Yeah.
That because he cheated on me, you now say you left your relationship. These streets are very fun. The streets are very this thing. If you cheat, and the reason the next one you are coming for is also going to cheat on you. So why should cheating be a deal breaker?
So we have a societal problem, and it has affected a lot of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
From marriage, relationship, and all of that, even children now. 50 years ago, nobody was talking about having to change your sex, right? I'm just
Okay.
giving you.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of societal problems. The fact that a particular idea is popular does not mean it's right.
Okay.
Right? The fact that everybody is saying, "Oh, cheating is not a deal breaker," yada yada yada.
Is it a deal breaker for you?
It is. It's actually a deal breaker.
For real?
But, however, I can forgive it if the person chooses to work on it. I can't forgive. It may take some time. You know why? You know why? Let me speak for myself personally.
Before you land on that work on it, okay, I missed that call. Please do also call back. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Go on. So the person chooses to work on it.
Yeah.
So you know this person is not a cheat, right? The person is not a cheat, and they cheat once, and they tell you. You didn't even find out. They tell you.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the work on it? They're going to work on it. Okay, before you answer that, let's take this caller. Hello. Hello.
All right, I'm here. Sorry.
Yeah, I like the ladies calling in today. Please turn off your radio. I don't know if it's from my end.
I'm going to
Jesus.
get a lot of
I
reaction.
called earlier, right, Shade?
Okay, yes. Thanks for calling back.
The thing is, it's a deal breaker for you. Yet, on one side, and I hope you don't, this is not a personal attack, I hope you see it that way. But, it's just an interesting conversation in the sense that if the honorable thing to do is to leave, or you look away or ignore, or let's have that same expectation when a woman who typically isn't a cheat
Yeah.
don't venture out to express her frustration and, for whatever reason she decides to cheat and then it's all of a sudden a deal breaker. And when the man has done it recurrently in the past, and the woman has forgiven, just appreciated that flaw about her partner, all of a sudden it's a massive deal breaker when
When man does it.
the standards are not uniform.
Yes.
I think that if we're going to be sincere about this conversation, I think, one shouldn't attempt to discount the reason why some of these things happen. And just, life is not black or white. There are shades of gray in between, right? So, and that should apply when you talk about honor, the honorable thing to do is to walk away from that. It's not as easy as that. People...
Especially when kids and other things are involved.
Exactly. You build history, you build a life and you have actually, for the longest time, decided that, look, I'm going to look away, I'm going to let it pass, let it pass. But you see, there is a breaking point for everybody, right? And then when that happens, all of a sudden, there's no forgiveness for you. All of a sudden, you are dishonorable. Whereas, it's just a funny direction of the conversation if we are going to discount, the reasons why some of these things happen. I'm sorry if that's a topic I'm very passionate about. And
Yeah. It's
It's
okay, Shade. We appreciate you. I love that you're calling in and sharing your thoughts. Please don't feel bad if you feel to say something else again. Call in again. We are here for you. Thank you so much. I appreciate. All right, men cannot take half of what they dish out. So let's start with that.
I don't necessarily agree with that.
With this, the men cannot take half of what they dish.
I didn't say I don't totally. I said I don't necessarily.
That's okay too.
So here's the thing, and I think we're looking at it from the do me I do you mindset.
If you do me, I do you. Man no go vex.
You see, man no go vex, but actually man they vex. But the thing is, I'm speaking to the individual who is the victim here, right? I'm more concerned about that individual being whole than going into the mud with the person who did rubbish.
Okay,
right?
That makes sense.
That's not so, or rather, you have an option not to be that person. So let's
to be, if that makes you feel, yeah. you know, if cheating back makes you feel like we're equal, makes you feel that the relationship can work, do you recommend that?
I don't necessarily recommend that. I'm very careful with my words because sometimes some people are funny, right? They have what works for them, even though it might not necessarily be okay, but it's fine if that works for you. But the thing is, how much value do you place on yourself, right? I think before I got married, one of the first things I told myself was how much value do I place on myself? And sometimes when I speak, it might look like I'm proud, right? I have these high horse up there. But the truth is I've placed so much value on myself that I know if I speak words, if I make a commitment with my words, I'm going to try as much as humanly possible to ensure that. And that's the point I'm trying to drive home. Mm-hmm. Whether you're a man or a woman, if your partner, now we're talking about women, now if your partner cheats on you, there's a choice. You can choose to go dirty, right? And then there's chaos in the family and everybody's, we're trying to settle the matter and it's 5 years, the kids are suffering. Okay, let's explore the option of cheating. Who does it hurt the most?
When you cheat?
Yeah, who does it hurt the most? Trust me, it's the person
when you cheat back?
Yes, it's the person who is revenged that is hurting the most because, first of all, trust is broken. And your actions are based on it's not like you decide you were convinced that this is the right path to do. You're angry.
Not in all cases.
Okay, maybe. But let's explore the options where you are angry, you're frustrated, you're trying to get back at the person, and maybe you now marry a narcissist, somebody who doesn't give a hoot what you do. Yeah, okay, you want to cheat, go ahead. You sleep with 100 men, I'll do 200 women. And then you guys just keep going like that. Guess what's going to happen in the family? What? There's going to be separation. And once there's separation in the family, the kids will feel it. Now you're saying, oh, I can't leave the kids and all of that. But you are in a house and the kids don't even know if they have a parent. Because you guys can't say eye to eye.
That is really deep. Ortega Emmanuel still in the studio with me. Let's take another caller. Hello. All right, lost that call. I don't know what's wrong with the phone lines today. Please do also call back on 0705-993-6937 or 0705-993-7937. We're right in the middle of the deep on the last segment of the show, so feel free to join the conversation. I want to hear your thoughts. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, thanks for calling. What is that?
My gender is calling.
Pardon me?
Yeah, talk to me.
Okay, this is a very tricky topic, and it's inexhaustible.
Ike, nice that you?
Oh yeah, that's me. Sorry, I didn't introduce myself.
That's okay. That's fine. Good to have you again. All right.
Yeah, and it's very inexhaustible. Unfortunately, a lot of aspects of some things that are there kind of have made seem to give a little advantage to the male sex.
Yeah.
Now we can start from even the Bible. The Bible Solomon has had a number of people that he had. He was still a good guy to God, and God still blessed him.
And
The
David.
Bible in various places,
another
talks
man.
about
Yes.
the adulterous woman, the adulterous man here and there. The adulterous man is committing those adulteries with herself.
Well said.
No, not so much mention about the guy. Do you understand?
Yes.
Now, the society also somehow are trying to become okay with the idea that okay, men do this. Now, a woman, a mother, can have a son and a daughter. Both of them visit her same time. The daughter first says, "Oh, my husband cheats on me," blah 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 blah. The woman will say, "Okay, is there anything you're not doing right? Are you struggling?" Blah blah blah. Okay, pray about it. She finishes her complaint. Then the son says, "Oh, my wife cheats on me." The same woman will say, "Get out of the house," blah 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 blah. How dare? Same person.
Double standards.
Same complaint, double standards.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate or it's incidental, but it does not in any way justify it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it doesn't in any way, doesn't justify it. But it's unfortunate or incidental. That's how the society has found itself. You know, and the men have consistently escaped with it.
Yeah.
Now, is it so much of a deal breaker to say, okay, you're in a marriage, your husband cheats on you, then you should leave? It's difficult as well. Like that lady, the lady caller said, it's
Yes.
not as simple as pack your bag and go. A year or two down the line, as every woman needs some form of male presence around her, whether as a husband or as a guardian or as a whatever.
Yeah.
So would you recommend that she cheats back instead?
Okay.
I don't recommend she cheats back.
So she doesn't walk away, she doesn't cheat back, so what happens to her?
No, you see, there are different angles to look at an offender.
Kenna, you need to answer this question for me. Please, I'm not going to let this one slide. She doesn't walk away. You don't want her. You say she walks away. She doesn't have any option out there. The children are involved. Now you're saying she doesn't cheat back. So what she should do? What should she do?
You don't
make me. What should she do?
No, I side with your guest that says you have to look at the person involved. If the person is remorseful,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
You have to somehow, you know.
The same people that say the person is resourceful, is remorseful, stay. It's the same people that will say when the canon lets loose, there's a problem. Double standards.
No, come on, even God knows that humans are.
Isn't that people that say when the canon loses, there is problem? It's people that say when to remorseful, forgive. So I don't get it.
So let's talk about.
Okay, now I have to let you go now because of time. But thank you for sharing your thoughts. I appreciate it.
It's not a binary situation.
I appreciate you. Thank you. I just had to let you go. More calls are coming in, but guys, we are just 3 minutes to end the show. So let's hear from Ortega Emmanuel.
So there's the I've actually in the past I've been accused of looking at life black and white because in my head complexities are not as I don't like complexities.
Okay.
I like things as simple as possible. Now it may not be that the option of leaving might be fantastic for everybody, but it's a tool to help the other person actually come into a place of remorsefulness if they are actually willing, right? So I'm flexible, but not exactly flexible, right? You have to be sure that the person, the other party who cheated, is willing to change, and sometimes that space helps the person reflect on the journey so far, reflect on the commitment, reflect on the things you said you were going to do in the marriage, what went wrong. Because sometimes we say, okay, why do women cheat? But sometimes it's also the man's fault. We work a lot. I do a lot of work, right? There was a point in my life where I was working 3 jobs, 18 hours. So imagine working 18 hours, 6 days of the week. You only have 1 day and 6 hours, within the week to sleep. What time do you have to make, have a conversation with your wife and stuff like that. The point I'm trying to make is, if a person has done something wrong and you have the option to do back or to leave, the option of leaving is not that you are entirely walking out of the thing, is that you're giving that person time to reflect and have a change of heart. So that's a possibility. I'm not saying, oh, just pack your bags and go. It's not that easy, I know, but it's an option. It's a tool to help. But because if you stay in the marriage, you're going to keep getting hurt. And there's a possibility that the person will keep doing that thing because the person feels like, oh, you're not going anywhere. Especially in Nigeria, where now things are changing. But back then, women didn't have much economic power like they have now today. So the man will use that as a tool to keep her down while he's still abusing her. And that's not right.
That's such a hard truth. Well, thank you for sharing that. This topic has left us in a dilemma.
We're in our feelings. We're like,
literally in our feelings, actually. But you've made a lot of sense. And thank you so much to all my callers, Kena and the rest who called to share their. And Shade, thank you for sharing your thoughts. And I hear you loud and clear, ladies. There's the women. There's the my husband is cheating now, cheat back situation. And then you people keep doing pali, I cheat today, you cheat tomorrow, and before you know, the thing collapses at the end of the day. So why not walk away with your dignity intact? Yeah. Or like you recommended, give a space, for mutual understanding.
Sober reflection.
Yes. And,
try to help the other person come into a place where they realize that they've actually been messing up and have an opportunity to change.
And if they never come to that realization,
walk away.
Go. Ladies and gentlemen.
It's going to be hard, but it's the right thing to do.
It is the right thing to do. Thank you so much, Otega Emmanuel, for sharing your thoughts on the topic of the day. Certified web designer, communication expert, and somebody who is passionate about marriages and relationships. Thanks for sharing. More calls coming. I like that you people always call like 10 minutes to the end of the show. At the beginning, I will be begging you people, call. You people be calling 111. Towards the end, now you people now be bombarding me with call. Anyways, I'll be live again next week on Monday at 4:30 p.m. for another amazing show for you. Deep Waters is live on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 4:30 to 5:30 p.m., 5 to 6 p.m. on Wednesdays, and 5 to 6 p.m. on Fridays. If you want to watch this episode, you can watch a repeat of this episode on YouTube or tomorrow on the STV channel 252 at 11:30 p.m. But just simply go on YouTube by tonight or latest tomorrow morning. We should have an episode of this uploaded for you. And thank you so much. Don't forget to follow at Deep Waters _ podcast on Instagram to be a part of the Deep Waters community. And if you want to find Otega, okay, it's not on Instagram. Let's not even.
No, I'm actually on Instagram, but I'm not so active. But you can always check my page on Facebook.
Yeah. And somebody online says this. Rahul Sinha says, cheating is easy. Try something more challenging, like being faithful. And this goes
I love that.
For the man and the woman.
Yeah.
I think faithfulness is really challenging.
Yeah, and that's the hardest thing to do.
Interesting.
True.
Thank you. Thanks for
you
watching.
Very much. Thank
Bye-bye.
you for having me. Yay.